Hey guys, Dennis here, the founder of Think Hero.
And I'm David Griffin, your resident comic book and video game guru.
And this is our review of the Season 4 finale of Boardwalk Empire.
Farewell, Daddy Blues.
Yeah, so, this is one of my favorite television shows right now. And this was a different finale than I was kind of expecting. I was kind of expecting, I probably should have seen it coming because of last week's episode.
Right.
But this was not like a big conclusion like last season.
No big shootouts, really.
No big shootouts, no big, wrap up of stuff. A lot of stuff was unsettled.
Yeah, this is definitely setting up for season 5 for next year. Some deaths, some losses, but not the way we expected it to happen.
No, well, let's start off with one of my favorite characters. I think this character, Richard Harrow, Half-Face, him and Chalky are my favorite characters. So, Richard Harrow is dead.
You got shaky, got some jitters there, hesitated
And just like, it's also an accident, it's not like he would see Chalky's daughter go in there, but yeah, and he didn't actually even get hit with too many shots, a few shots maybe to the body, and then
that's how it goes. But I mean, it's Torrio and get shot about 5 times and be about 80 years old, and he's fine. He's good, one shot.
So yeah, it sucks because now he's dead. But I guess either two things were gonna happen: either he's gonna die like he did in this episode,
right,
or he would actually 3 things, or he would have gone back to Wisconsin and lived his regular life, and then we just wouldn't see him again in the show.
Yeah.
Like he lived a happily ever after, but I guess that probably wasn't possible.
Right.
And a third option was he works for Nucky and he becomes, like some sort of assassin for him.
Yeah, and I like the way he went out. I think he went out well. He had a nice little dream sequence. Got to see him with his normal face, and it's sad that he left, but I mean, I think we are moving towards the development of Luciano and Capone and seeing these guys finally rise to power. Probably, I'm assuming, season 5 next year.
So let's talk about the unresolved thing, which is, with Chalky, we saw the big shootout at the club, and then Dr. Narcisse. We thought, like, okay, one of these two are going to go down, preferably Dr. Narcisse, because we like Chalky.
Right.
But it kind of ended in a not a stalemate, but like it's unresolved because we got Chalky back at his mentor's house, like probably gearing up for war.
Right. Nucky was trying to help him out, but again, it went horribly wrong, and his daughter's dead. But I mean, you can't get revenge on Harrow. Harrow's gone, so and he knows Harrow's taking a shot because he looked up to see him. So I mean, I don't know. He's back with his mentor, Louis Gossett Jr.'s place, and his girls down there singing in the club. So yeah, now he's got his own crew. Seems like he's abandoned his family for the most part. He still has a wife and a son.
Well, I'm sure he's like messed up in the head now because of his daughter's death.
That'll traumatize you.
But then Dr. Narcisse, on their hand,
he's still around.
He's basically gonna rat on his some guy that he really admires.
Yeah.
And so that he will stay out of prison.
Right.
Because when it comes down to it, he is like this kind of shady businessman.
He's a survivor.
Yeah.
And he knows that's the one way he can survive.
But he tries to portray himself as like he's a man of his mission and all this stuff. But if he was, he probably would be like, no, I'm just gonna stay in jail. I'm not gonna rat this guy out. But he knows, like, look, I don't want to spend the rest of my life in prison. I guess I'll do this. That way I can do what I actually want to do.
And I'm kind of glad that Hoover's gonna be a bigger part because he's. That kid, the guy, what's his name? The younger guy, the other Tolliver. He was getting a little bit annoying towards the end. Like he's always just whining. Like you've always been against me ever since the law school. And the other guy in the hotel room, he's like, you and Hoover been laughing behind my back. He's always just complaining. I want to be like relaxed. Like it's just so. I'm glad that Hoover's more of a. I like Hoover's character. I like the actor. From the HBO series. Which one is he?
Generation Kill.
Generation Kill. I like him. So I'm glad that we're gonna see more Hoover next season.
Oh, and speaking of Tolliver, he went out.
That was a good fight. That was a good fight.
Another gritty fight.
Another great fight.
Just like the Don Pernsley versus Chalky fight. This was an Eli versus Tolliver was like another gritty, choking hit over the head with whatever.
Thank goodness his daughter was playing the woo, doing the saw thing. So yeah, it was a good fight. Another great fight.
Yeah. So and then we now see Eli. He's not dead because he almost got killed by Nucky.
Right.
But we get to see that he gets to live another day. But this time it's kind of like the thing, like, all right, we'll just ship him to Chicago, because that's what they did with Jimmy. Remember when Jimmy was in trouble?
Right.
They're like, okay, let's get Jimmy out of town. Let's go to Chicago.
Right.
I guess that's considered West for them.
Yeah, West. Yeah, the Middle West.
So now next season we see Michael Shannon's character Van Olden pick up Eli. So that's another setup.
Right.
For next season.
And it feels like, I know there are predictions later, but it feels like too I assume they're going to keep the show in Atlantic City, but the thing is, there's really not much left there. I mean, for him to do. I mean, the mayor guy, he's not even really a character anymore. Like, all the politicians he used to deal with, he doesn't even talk to anymore. I wonder how much time we're actually going to spend in Atlantic City, or if they are going to focus on Chicago, New York, and maybe Florida, who knows. But other character who I was hoping we would get some resolve from and didn't is Jillian. I was kind of hoping we would just
I hope it's resolved. It could still be, because she was in prison.
Right.
And they gave her the news, I guess, probably of them finding Jimmy's body.
Right.
That's what I'm assuming, that Nucky gave up that information.
I'm just not sure what's left for her to do.
I'm hoping that was the last of her that we've seen. Her in prison, and that's that. Maybe that's resolved, because I don't think we really needed her this season. And I don't see any storyline for next season.
The only thing I'm worried, though, is that maybe Hoover gets wind of her and then tries to turn her and say, hey, we'll get you out earlier if you testify. I don't know how much information she has on Nucky, but I'm hoping... I don't
think she has much.
Yeah,
I don't think she has much.
I hope not. But then, too, we see Margaret. At the end, because we were wondering
very briefly.
Yeah, very briefly, and it looks like Rothstein's all like playing house over there. He's all like loving the little daughter and like happy.
He's doing what Nucky did.
Right. Yeah.
Like, okay, here's this woman that already has a family. She's a attractive and nice person, and I want to have that family as well. But I don't know.
Taking care of her, because Nucky, he's got his own girl, but I don't know what that's gonna end up like. I mean, that's interesting. So we'll see where that goes. But yeah, this was definitely more of a setup than a conclusion, and then it was definitely a setup.
They must have known, like, oh, we're having another season,
like,
because you don't write that finale if any chance that this was the last season.
Right, yeah, I mean, they must have not been worried about
because last season's finale, you could have ended the series if you wanted to.
Right, it would have been fun.
I didn't want it to, but you could have. This one, you can't. I mean, everything's set up. You got Al Capone taking over Chicago, with Johnny Torrio being, and they still really haven't, like, confirmed if Capone was behind that or not.
They just kind of left it. The guy's like, "Look, you win, I'm out."
Yeah.
And we didn't see Meyer. We didn't see Lucky Luciano.
No,
Mazzaria. So there's still a lot. So it's not going to see probably next season. Patricia Arquette is going to be around still down in Florida. There, I'm assuming they'll show her.
And is Nucky going to go down to Florida?
He's
going to hang out in Chicago?
I'm not sure, because he said at the end, I don't know if he meant the whole family or just the son. He said, oh, we'll go up and meet, stay with the family for now. We'll go up and meet your father in a little bit. So I'm like, are they all moving up there? Like, that's what I'm curious. Like, what's going to be in Atlantic City for him to do?
I don't know. I don't think his family's going to move up there, because they're going to follow his family.
Yeah.
And because they're looking for him. He killed a federal officer.
Oh, that's true. Yeah.
So that's true. I think Nucky can only sneak Will up there to see him and whatnot.
Right.
Yeah, and then and what's Nucky gonna do? Is he still gonna be caught in this?
He wants out.
He wants out, but he's still kind of caught up, because I think by now Dr. Narcisse knows that Nucky was never on his side. He was on Chalky's side, even though it was a botched assassination attempt. So maybe Nucky gets caught up in that.
Yeah, I don't know. It's gonna be interesting to see next season. I mean, I've always been saying this for the last 2 or 3 years. I really want more New York and Chicago, because I love it. I mean, I know the show is resolved around Nucky, but Nucky can be kind of a window into that world, into Chicago with Luciano and Capone. I want to see their rise, even though I know the show is not about them, but I want to see that happen. I hope we're going to get this. This show is not going to go forever, so it's season 5 next year, so I hope that we get some more.
It's probably going to get 1 or 2 more seasons, I'm guessing.
Probably it.
Probably it. I mean, next season might be the last season. I'm not sure.
Right.
But if they do, hopefully they tie... it's kind of like not as, as disappointing as last season's Walking Dead finale, but in a way it's similar in that there's a lot of unresolved stuff.
Right.
And it's not like a true conclusion to the storylines that we had set up. So it almost seems like this is a 2-season arc thing.
And maybe that's what they're setting up for. Maybe next season will be the last season. If it is, that's fine. I mean, I don't mind them ending early. I hope the next season then is the meat. I hope we get a lot of story development and less building up to something. We'll see.
All right, guys. So that's what we thought of the season finale of Boardwalk Empire. What did you think? Did you love it? Were you disappointed? What do you think about all the things going on? What do you think about the deaths? I mean, come on, Richard Harris. He's like one of my favorite characters on television.
Gone, yeah. Oh, and best fight. Rate your best fight of the season. Was it the Chalky and Don Pernsley fight?
Or was it Eli versus Tolliver?
Right, best fight of the season.
Both were pretty good. Both were pretty good. You can post your comments below on the website, thinkhero.com. On our YouTube channel, Think Hero Pro. Make sure you subscribe to that.
You can also find us on Twitter. Dennis and I talked to us about what you felt about the season, other shows that you might be checking out right now. We're both at Think Hero. I'm at Griffin DE.
And we also have a Facebook page. That's facebook.com/ThinkHeroFans. Make sure you like that page. Make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel, like our videos, share them, tweet them, and all that stuff. It really helps out.